Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Crease. I wanted to answer a couple of questions that I've been getting regularly from students. Number one, I want us to go to the content, and this is the math grade 6. It might be, you might be in a different class, that's okay. The overall idea is the same. So I want you to go to the content and remember that we want to be in here with lesson 1.1. You should have a pre-assessment check mark here. You should have your own learning path. And by now you should have lots of check marks on your learning path because you have been doing these problems and these units that show up for you every day in the past week or so. So these should have check marks. You should pretty much have check marks through dividing whole numbers and applications by tomorrow. So everything before this should be done by tomorrow. So if you're not there yet, you need to work on getting caught up. Okay? If you need help getting caught up, you need to let me know. But remember, we want to stay within this lesson 1.1. You will notice, and this is unfortunate, in yours, you're going to have a check mark here. Mine, because I'm this fake student, it doesn't get a check mark, but yours will have a check mark. You will think it's done. It's not done. It's unfortunately the way the system works, and I know I've talked to a lot of students about this. It will look like it's done, and you'll want to start looking for the practice sim, and you won't see it, or the unit project, and you won't see it, and you'll start freaking out, and you'll email me and be like, I don't know where I'm supposed to be. If you don't know where you're supposed to be, go back to lesson 1.1, click on the Begin Here lesson link, and go to your learning path. If your learning path does not have all check marks, this is exactly where you need to be. If it has all check marks, send me a screenshot, and then I'll help you figure out what you need to be doing right now. All right, so that's the first thing. So I'm going to go back to the home page here, and I'm going to show you the next place. A lot of you guys are going to this class project. I want to put, or class progress. I want to put a big like red arrow over this. I don't want you guys to click on this button. The problem is the same problem that we were just having before in the content with that lesson looking like it's checked off. So the class project progress bar just feeds in all the stuff that we put on this learning site. This learning site is your home page, but it doesn't account for all the stuff that we have to go outside of this home page to get to. So when we click on that lesson 1.1, we're going someplace else. We're going to a new site within that little box, and this computer system can't measure what you do inside that little box on that other website. So it's very confusing, and the class progress is going to give you the wrong information. So I don't want you going on this class progress thing. Please, 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 please don't do that. Just go to school tools and go to grades. That is the easiest, quickest way that you're going to find the right information for you is school tools, grades. That's it. That's the only thing I want you to be going to. So as I scroll down, I can see that this fake student is a fantastic student. They're getting 100%. Wow. They have turned in all of their assignments here. However, they haven't turned in anything down here. You will probably see a 10 out of 10, a 4 out of 5, a 0 out of 5 if you didn't finish something. If you have grades and anything is a 0 right now, you want to go back in and fix that. But if you have gone in and fixed it and it still is showing a 0, please don't freak out. Remember how I said that all that information that we're doing is living in a different website, and I, on my own, have to go over to that other website, get all the information and bring it back and manually put it into this website. So it takes a lot of time, and I only do it once a week so that I don't have to keep doing it every day and checking every day. So if I send your progress report on Saturday morning and you notice that there's zeros and you're trying to go back and fix them, and you fix them and it doesn't automatically change your grade, it doesn't mean you haven't fixed it. It just means that, guess what? I haven't gotten to my weekly grade input yet, and I try to do the weekly grade input sometime on Friday. So just keep that in mind, because I don't want you to freak out when you don't see it change immediately. We all want to feel like it changes immediately. The biggest thing that you should be looking for when you complete something is a check mark in that particular topic. So if you know, if you've done the learning path and this still has a ribbon here instead of a check mark, you're not done yet. You want that check mark there. If you can match and look down and see that these all have check marks, then you know you've done it and it's complete. Okay. The other thing that I want to point out to you is when you're in a topic, you can do the warm-up. I want you to do the warm-up, the presentation, the worked examples, the practice, and the review. You do not need to do the topic text, okay? That one is very long and like, let's take a look at it here. It is lots of numbers. It's like reading the book, and sometimes it's really hard and overwhelming for students. It also has a pretty wonky format here. So I'm not trying to get you to do this. If you want to skip around and maybe do the examples in those little gray boxes or something, you can do that. But this is not an important part of what I want you to be doing. It's extra. So if you want to take a look at it, great. If you don't, that's okay too. You're not being graded on doing the topic text, okay? So you want to do the warm-up, presentation, worked examples, practice, and review. When you go to do the review is like a little quiz. So if you take this quiz, guess what? Maybe you don't like your grade the first time you did it. For all of the reviews, you can take them twice. So if the first time you go through and you get like a 75% and you're like, I swear to gosh, I knew how to do that problem, you can go back and do it again and see if you can't get a better score. We will take the better score. So even if you go back and take it and you miss more and then you're like, oh my gosh, don't freak out. I will take the better score of the two that you have done. So let's go back into the home page here. So we talked about going to school tools and grades. We talked about going to content and hitting that lesson 1.1 and staying there. The next thing that we're going to talk about is Zoom meetings over here. So I will, for this class, for grade 6, I'm going to do Zoom meetings every Tuesday from 3 to 3:30. If you're in another class, you'll have a different time. I think I have Wednesdays and Fridays for the other two classes. So just be aware of that. Those are going to be posted here for you to take a look at, and make sure that you're always looking at your pace chart to see what's going on, and then you can click to join the Zoom meeting right here in this little path. Okay, so if you have questions, let me know, but I'm really going to point all of you back to this video when you come asking the questions that I answered here. All right, have a great day.